All right. Welcome, everybody, to our Wow Wednesday testimonial call. We are so glad that each and every one of you are here. We cannot do this call without each of you. And we're so glad when you bring your interested ones on. I'm Tammy Ward. I'm one of the leaders here with Solex. Dr. Sheila Day is my co-host. She is also an amazing team leader, and we are doing this call so that we can educate people about the Solex technology and all that it can do for you, as well as all the other products that we have. We have such a beautiful line of products, health and wellness products, that are going to help you stay on top of your health and your client's health if you're a practitioner. If you're not a practitioner, that's okay too, because everybody in the world needs this technology so that they can keep their health and wellness in tip-top shape. I know I talked to some people today at a networking event. They had no idea the effects of all the negative frequencies that are all around us. And I said, this is the missing link. This is the one thing that you can hold in your hand, and you can do it every day, and it's going to keep your health in tip top shape, and it's going to give you information so that you know how to better help yourself. So if you are new to our call, we just ask that you please follow up with the person that invited you to this call, because they cared enough about you, they invited you. So that is beautiful love all the way around. Dr. Sheila, would you like to say anything?
I would like to say good evening and thank you for being here with us tonight. We are all very busy, but this is like one of the most important calls every single week. We're in month 14 now, and every single week we continue to learn something new. We have not had one single week that we haven't learned something. I'm usually brought to tears because it really is wow. And like I said, like Tammy was saying, we have something that the world desperately needs. And Solex is so amazing that they've made this so easy to use. Anybody can use it, and so affordable that everybody can have it. So I'm just so grateful. And I'm grateful that you have come here tonight, because we can't have this call without you.
So true. And as you'll notice, I have a disclaimer on my background. So I'm going to go ahead and say the disclaimer before I remove the picture. So the AO scan technology is not a medical device, and the statements that we share here tonight have not been evaluated by the FDA. Our technology is not meant to mitigate or treat or cure any type of disease. If you are sick, please consult with your professional health care, uh, either physician or practitioner, whoever you have that's in your corner to help you there. So without further ado, we can talk about anything that you see on the screen behind you, any of our products, any of our supplements. We have such a beautiful line of healthcare products that will help you keep your health in tip-top shape. So I'm going to remove the screen so that I can see all your beautiful faces. And without further ado, just unmute yourself if you have something you would like to share. All right, we are there. Anybody have a testimonial on anything that we may have that you would like to share?
Well, I'll start.
Go right ahead.
I got a really great one from Ghana this morning. One of my practitioners is in Ghana with her son right now, and she sent me this message that said she has a shop owner here that had a classic case of blepharitis, which is inflammation in the eyes. And while he was making their transactions, she just did a scan on him and continued to send him support for the next couple of days. And it only took a couple of times. And she has a picture here to show. Let's see if I can. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Oh, let's see. So you can see this is in 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
Yep.
Incredible.
So he was pretty blown away. So maybe we'll open up Ghana now.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else like to share anything? Got a lot of new faces on here. A couple of new faces anyway.
We do have some new faces.
Mhm. The way you unmute, Tammy, is you just click on the microphone unless you just can't unmute because you're in a loud place. We totally understand. If you want to type your testimonial in the chat, I can read it for you if you can't unmute. Or if you have a question, you can type it in the chat and we'll discuss it. There's a new one. Well, I'll share one that I have a friend that I scanned about, I don't know, probably 3 years ago. Well, right when I got my scanner. And she thought it was very interesting. She's into holistic health, but she really didn't quite understand it. Well, I'm telling you this story because you never know what seeds you plant along the way. They'll come back and they'll return and they'll be blooming. So, with this particular friend of mine, she's in Indiana, and I had actually, when I was at her house, I had scanned her, showed her all the features of the scan. And at that time, she was struggling really bad with Hashimoto's, and she's pretty much got that under control. However, last week sometime she messaged me and she said, "Hey, is there any way I can try out this technology for a little bit?" And I said, "Oh yeah, absolutely. We actually have 3-day passes now." So I was able to give her a 3-day pass. She used it, and I just got off a Zoom call with her just about an hour before this call started. And she says, "I am completely blown away with this technology." She said everything that the scanner did and reported on was everything I knew what was going on in my own body. And she goes, "Is it really that accurate?" And I said, "Yes, it most certainly is." So we went through her scan and we talked about some things. And what really impressed upon her the most was, honestly, was the food sensitivity. She found that of great interest. She said because she's having a hard time figuring out what things are good for her and what things are not good for her. And I said, well, that is a perfect way to find out, because you can scan yourself before you go eat something and it will tell you, the different areas or different foods that maybe you should stay away from before you go prepare whatever meal it is that you're going to prepare. So she's looking forward to doing that with the scanner. She says, "I have the hardest time." So within the scanner, I just tell you this because within the scanner, there are so many different things that you can use in it that, maybe you don't use that because you don't really understand it, but maybe food sensitivities and you're struggling with that. You can use that part of the scan and really get to know it really well. So taking small things in small parts of it and just working with that till you get a real good understanding of it is an amazing way to work with the scanner. So I look forward to having her on the team. I also just re-enrolled in one from that used to be a QLA under me, but she had let her subscription go. And she had watched an update video somewhere. And she goes, "Oh my gosh, Tammy, you guys have like the most amazing technology out there now." I said, "Well, we're always going to get better and better." So anyway, she came back on, and I'm so glad to have her. So don't forget about your people that maybe you've been in for a while and you don't know who to reach out to. Go reach out to your warm market or people that used to have the scanner. So go check in on them and show them maybe the new updates.
Yeah, that's a great idea because we know how this can empower people, and everybody needs to be empowered.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else like to share anything? Mute her. You can just unmute and speak freely.
Tammy, I don't have an app for my scanner, but I have the scanner. And how do I update that?
Okay, let me share my screen so everybody can figure out, because that's been a question today. I'll go ahead and share my screen and I'll show you how to update. Maybe. Where'd my screen go? There it is.
Oh, I'm going to read from Tammy because the other Tammy, because she's not able to unmute.
Okay, go right ahead.
She wanted to say that, oh, come on, let me arrow up. If you, I think she's saying she had a froggy voice for over 2 years. And since she's been here, she started at the very end of December and she has not had it since.
Sweet.
About a week after starting this.
Sweet.
That's amazing. So Tammy, did you just scan and optimize, or did you like set up a program list to broadcast?
That's strange. It won't let her unmute. That's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wait on her to answer. Sharon, can you see my screen? Can you see the scanner?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll go up here to these 3 little dots or 3 little lines. They call them pancakes or whatever. And then once that opens up, you'll go right over here and you'll hit reload. What that's going to do is it's going to reload the app on whatever device you have. And you want to make sure you have version 1.9.4.0. So once it reloads and you'll go back over to those 3 little lines, you'll click it. And then you just want to make sure that that version is updated. So that is the newest version. And if you're not able to get the newest version, then you might want to pre-cache, clear cache, reload again, turn the device off for 5 minutes, turn it back on, and see if that new version is there. Now, one of the QLAs just messaged me just a little bit ago and said that she had to call corporate because she could never get, I think, the Bach flowers or something to load up properly. And she had basically said that the engineers are aware of a glitch with certain devices. So if you still have problems, you may call Solex and they may have a workaround. But almost everybody's been able to get it uploaded and doing just fine. But in case you're not, you may have to call them.
Okay, I can't do it.
Okay.
So
Why not?
It just won't work.
Okay.
It just comes up with the cache on there.
Uh-huh.
That's it. It doesn't have. Oh, cache reload.
Yeah,
Yes.
reload. Yeah, you'll just hit reload.
Tammy, well, she's trying to do that. Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Will we ever have any kind of a handout for all the Bach flowers? So I think, oh, I'll do a Bach flower, but of course I know I can do, I know how to go into where we think we have that scan and it comes up with our flower. I know how to do that.
Okay.
But let's say I'm helping somebody with a sinus problem and I want to use a flower. How do I know which one to use?
Yeah, that may still, I don't know if they've come that far yet.
Okay.
There will eventually be that little eye that will tell you what those flowers are good for.
Yeah, see, this is what I do. I just scan myself and I get a flower.
Right.
I know it would be really nice to have, I'm just lazy.
Carolyn, you can always Google there. It's always available. Yeah. Yeah.
And I did that the other night. I had a client that she had a sinus infection. So I Googled Bach flowers for a sinus infection and I got all these mixtures of stuff. They were like, it wasn't just one flower. It was something with several things in it.
That's because it's like homeopathy where there's several different things that can work for the same thing, but you've got to find the right personality.
Right. I know. So I tried.
Yeah.
And I did this on her too.
And hopefully, we'll have more information as time goes by, but I know that some have put in like spreadsheets of the different flowers and the different components of it in the Solex official group. So you'll go under files and there might be some things there that some have uploaded. I know Nadia has done some in the past. Alice has done some things. There's several of them that will upload certain cheat sheets, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah, that's what they are. Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Carolyn.
Who said that?
It's Vicky. There's a book in Amazon called The
Okay.
Encyclopedia of Bach Flower Therapy. It's written, it was published in 2001. I absolutely love this book. And
Okay.
it's got a lot of really good suggestions. It's $23,
That's
Nice.
but
okay.
it's
It's cheap.
probably going to save you a lot of time, and you've got it right there, in
You
front of
think
you
it's
instead of going through.
updated? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't know if I bought it about, maybe, oh gosh, a couple years ago.
Well, there hasn't been any changes to the Bach remedies.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yep. There has been to the Bush. Bush has brought out a new one,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
Bach hasn't changed.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else like to share anything? I'm trying to pull up that link.
I got something to share.
Go right ahead, David.
We had to go to Pennsylvania for a few weeks for some family emergency stuff, but in the meantime, I forgot my blue and didn't have it for 13 or 14 days. And I can tell you, I noticed the difference. Can't exactly tell you what the difference was, but I mean, my routine in the morning is squirt the blue in my mouth, brush my teeth, put my 660 band on, sit there for 45 minutes to an hour with the 660 band on, and lay on our AO Infinity mat. So with all that, I can tell you I missed all that stuff. So I did have the red 660 band in PA because we had bought her parents one for Christmas one year. So that I got to use, but could I tell you exactly what the difference was in my body? I just knew I missed the blue. I couldn't exactly pinpoint why, but I could tell you I missed the blue.
I can concur with that. When I travel, I don't take it with me because it's kind of messy.
Yeah. Yeah. It is definitely something we keep taking all the time. We ran out of the D3 and K2, and I've got that on order. So, and we're missing it.
And isn't it fun how all the bottles are different colors with the
Yes.
D3?
Yes. All right, there is the link to the Bach Flower Encyclopedia book that Vicky, I just put it in the chat. There's also some books on the Australian bush flowers. I've got a couple of those books. I'll try to find those and put them in the chat as well. Anybody else like to share anything?
Well, I was just wondering what level, what doses people are using of the blue. And also, I just keep squirting mine into water so that it doesn't stain my mouth. And so then it's not messy particularly. It's just squirting into some water and putting the lid back on.
Yeah.
Except when it splashes on the counter.
Exactly.
We've got
I
to
do.
point in the right direction into your glass.
Yeah, I fill my glass too tall because I do it every morning with Pulse.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I also
okay.
check in. Some days I do 10, some days I do 12, some days I might do 15. I just kind of ask and a number comes up. And then if I'm working with somebody that has something, kind of something attacking them, I muscle test and it's almost always double dose.
And you're talking pumps, not drops, right?
Pumps, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I personally take 20 pumps of the Pulse every day, and I take 10 of the blue in the morning and 10 at night. And I still have green pea, so I think that that's plenty for me.
Who are the people that cannot take blue?
Shouldn't be anybody because ours is a nano blue. I don't think
And
that
it-
there's any
Well,
contradiction.
I had an AO practitioner tell me that I shouldn't be taking blue.
So our
Yeah,
blue
yeah.
is a very minimal dose.
Well, she said because of the medication that I was on, she said I should not take blue.
Which medication is that?
I'm on some blood pressure medication.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Really? Why would she tell me that?
Well, She just may have different theories or been taught something different. But when you listen to Dr. Bennett and he goes through the science and the research and what they've done and why they've done it the way they have, and compared to the typical contraindications because of the high dosing and the different mechanisms from others that are on the market, ours, there should not be any concerns. It's a very low dose. It's all natural, and it shouldn't interfere with your medication.
Any medication.
It should not.
Well, it's one of Becky's people that told me this.
I don't know. You can ask her, just ask her what her reasoning is. I would be interested.
I would, yeah. Because she looks at me and she goes, you shouldn't be taking blue. I go, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well, thank you. I didn't mean to.
I would not be afraid to take it, honestly, but everybody's different.
I don't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Carolyn, do you have a compound pharmacy in your area?
I don't know what that is.
They make the medications in the pharmacy. They're compound pharmacy.
Yeah, in another town, a town close by.
I would go and take Blue to that pharmacy and ask him or ask her for their opinion, because that they seem to understand Blue a lot better than most doctors.
Okay, thank you.
I was wondering with the pulse, how much people have found they can use without getting to a big flush in their skin. I remember when you guys were at the event, a lot of people were flushing. So I just wondered what people have found is.
You really need to have the
Yeah, you need to have it, but it's still going to depend on the individual and their own situation.
Life, buddy, because I'm going to kill you now.
Oops.
Sorry, I muted them. My apologies.
Yeah, Noni, it's going to depend on the individual. For some people, I can take 15, where someone else 5, that's going to send them into a full flush. So it depends on the health of the person.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
That's good.
I take 20 pumps of the pulse, but I am a larger person, so.
Yeah.
And some
And
people
I look forward to it. I look forward to that pulse rush. I want that rush.
Some people might need a lot working up to it. They might need a lot initially because they're so depleted. It's going to take an awful lot to get them there, and then they can start tapering back down.
Yeah. Okay. So what are the real benefits, do you think, of using pulse?
Well, weight loss, toxin release. There's all kinds of beauty, and cardiovascular health is amazing with pulse.
Okay.
Yeah. I dropped 20 pounds when we were beta testing it.
Yeah.
Now, not happening now, but.
But it was an initial flush of toxicity.
Yeah. It was amazing how quickly that all just kind of fell off.
Cool. All right. Thanks so much.
Uh-huh. All right. Anybody else like to share anything?
I'll share.
Hi, Lee.
I'm feeling kind of yucky, but I'll go ahead and turn my.
Well, we love having you. Yucky or not.
Been trying to fight something off, but this was a couple of days ago. My throat was so sore I could not swallow, without feeling like it was knives. And this was like, I was trying to go to sleep. I had tried, I've tried everything. So I thought, my scanner. So I just made me up a Cephi, ran that for a while, with ears and throat and sore throat and all that. Well, it really didn't affect me. So I went into the homeopathy, part where you can do by symptoms. And I put in strep. Yeah, my throat, it was almost immediately, it was gone.
Awesome.
It was amazing. And it did not hurt me. I hadn't had it since. And this was 2 days ago. My ear is all stopped up. I've been I was doing the homeopathy by symptom for ears. And I did strep again, just, because of the remedies. And I've done Ceppies, and so far it's still hurting and I hadn't opened it up. So any suggestions?
Do the red light, the inner illuminator, if you have it, or the red light band
I don't yet.
Ooh, you need those.
That's on my list.
Use your 30% on one of those, because you will not regret having either one of those.
I'm gonna get the red band first.
Yes. I love the red light therapy.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So did you say you're having trouble with the drainage from the ears, stuffing, backing up into the ears?
Well, my left ear was just itching real bad. So I just put some like peroxide on a Q-tip, and I think just moving it around, anyway, I don't know. I guess I did. It's too much. It's really sore.
I might be tempted to just try a Candida frequency.
Yeah.
Okay. Woo, I felt that, Dr. Sheila.
Yeah, and
it resonated very well.
the sinus plus allergy. So Lauren even suggested that. That's a good one as well. Sinus plus allergy.
Mm.
In the
homeopathy.
In the inner energy homeoenergetics. Yeah.
Okay. I did that on my Ceppi list. That I hadn't done it today, so I will try that, and the Candida
detox. Yeah.
And don't forget to hold up the scanner and erase that area too.
Oh, yeah.
It does work. You might have to do it a couple of times, but sometimes hitting the erase, holding it up to that ear, it will do some magic.
Oh, wow. Forget about that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I forget sometimes too, but then I'll go, oh yeah, put the erase button on there.
Lee, will you find a way to report back to us? I can't wait to hear what you do and what you experience.
Yeah. I love these calls.
Me too.
I guess I do have a testimonial.
Yeah, go right ahead.
All my friends have this nasty cough, and they have it for like 2 or 3 weeks, and it starts out with a scratchy throat.
Yep.
So I had a scratchy throat, and I just thought, oh no, I do not want to get this. So I scanned myself all night with, I can't remember what it was, but it worked, and I've not been sick. And I have so many friends that they just cough for 2 and 3 weeks. They go to the doctor won't give them anything. And then I shield myself every day before I leave the house. I clear myself and shield myself. And today I had a friend come over that just coughed and coughed and coughed. And I didn't even worry, because I know that I've shielded myself, and I really, really think that helps.
Oh yeah.
But the little scratchy throat that I had, I got rid of immediately by scanning myself and running Ceppies all night.
Yep.
Good Way to go. That's empowerment.
Yes, being proactive when things happen. I mean, that is definitely a good thing to have in your hand.
I wanted to add, I wasn't sure if I should say this or not, because I know some people did get vaccinated and some didn't. But we were up in the mountains with some friends, and this is when all this was going on. We just got home yesterday. And I did shield me and my husband. I clear and shielded. But I don't know, all this started. Even both of our noses started bleeding.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So that's when I started running, Ceppies, and just constantly trying to have something running in the background, I thought, dear Lord.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
I might be tempted to do the cleans blood plasma. Is that in the frequency list?
Yep.
Quantum frequencies?
Yep.
Yes.
I would be tempted to run that.
Yep.
All right. And I really tried to not be in there, they're having, anyway, I just want to help them so bad. I just try to gently share, you know, and I was even telling about the scanner and, you know, some other stuff that I know that would help, and just praying, you know, that God will turn their hearts and that they would be open because
Yeah.
they're really suffering.
Mm.
I don't know if anyone is on Tess Laurie's email list, but she sent out a really great article. I think it was about a week ago about how whether you've been vaccinated or not, because so many people have been vaccinated, there's been so much shedding, that everyone's organs are off and blood is off. And at the end, it was really promoting how methylene blue was something that could straighten things out. It was a really great article. Yeah.
Who was that you said?
Tess Laurie, Tesslaurie. I don't know if there's a way I could post it in the group, the whole letter. I'll have to look at it and see if there's a way I could post it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely a conundrum that we're all being subjected to, and we have the right tools to keep us protected. We just got to use them all.
Yep.
All right. Anybody else like to share anything? And it could be on any of our products.
Hi, it's the boss.
Hey.
So when I do a consultation onboarding a new client, I know some people say that it's do an easy scan, but I like to do a comprehensive because I don't like to miss things. And sometimes I can see something on the comprehensive is educating me about something that I don't know anything about. So I just ask the client, like, what's going on here? Do you know anything or whatever? And oh yeah, like I have a surgery here. So like I was like, okay. And like just the reaction that I got out of the client, like, oh, the scanner picked that up. And then she showed me the scar, the surgery. And it's like, oh, probably, yeah, the surgery messed up the nerve. And it was like, ongoing conversation. So it's really hard not to go deeper because you can definitely get a better picture of the situation.
That's an excellent idea. That's powerful. I hadn't thought about doing it that way. So do you ever do the easy or the vitals? You just do comprehensive?
Like personally on the first onboarding, actually on every even after, I do everything because it's so easy to do something easy. But the most simplest things to do is what I was trained to do from the beginning. We do our vitals, we do our body systems. Yes, the comprehensive, we only do it all if something's really happening or once in a while, but that's the only way we're gonna actually catch things. The easy scan is great. Don't get me wrong, it's great. It gives you highlights, but from what I see, it's missing a whole bunch of information.
Great. And that's great that it catches their attention when you ask those questions.
Yep.
And you can show them pictures.
Absolutely. Thank you. Anybody else like to share anything?
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Cynthia.
Hi. I'm just hoping that I come through. I'm going to leave the camera off because my computer has been kind of acting up just in case.
That's all right.
But I did receive a testimonial from someone, and they just received the complimentary inner scan. We've been going back and forth, and so we finally made it happen. And today I actually received a text and it said, it's okay to share my testimonial, but of course, anonymously. But anger was something that came up on in their inner voice. And they were listening to the scans, but hadn't listened since Sunday. And so just made the comment that yesterday was the first day that they had actually even thought of getting angry, but they didn't, and said that was so different for them. And so that blew their mind about the system, that today they reached out and said and so today they actually signed up as a preferred customer.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
Yes. And I did start the Cephi group, but I was like, okay, people were like, I'm not really getting it. So I just put my flyer into my spaces for the Cephi group. And the day that I started playing the abundance to it, someone signed up for my Cephi group. And someone reached out today and was like, well, I guess I'm going to sign up for yours in March, since it's, it starts on the 1st. I was like, it's not late. You still have 20 plus days of benefits, because I'll be doing it for the entire month. So you can still do that. So we're going to reconnect on that as well. So my abundance playlist is back. And also I have a few more therapy clients. So yeah.
Wow.
It's been pretty great.
That's powerful.
Very powerful.
Woo.
So not only does our scanner help with health and wellness, but it also helps with our financial health.
Sure does.
Absolutely.
Lack of financial health leads to physical health.
That's true. That is so true.
It's really important.
All right. Anybody else like to share anything?
I have a question. I finally got unmuted.
Yay! We see you.
Is there any way different that we can do the Cephi dots so that my skin doesn't break down when I put them on?
There has been somebody that posted they'll put some other little adhesive in between the Cephi dot and them, and they seem to do really well with that. I don't know what that adhesive is. Do you know what it is, Dr. Sheila?
I don't, but I can share my own personal story with this. When I first started using them, I was messaging Tammy telling her about my rashes. And I was really frustrated because I love them, but I would get a rash. And so we were having the discussion, is it the adhesive itself, or is it an area of toxicity? So we move it around the body. Is it doing it everywhere? It wasn't doing it everywhere. It was doing it some places. But as I used my scanner and scanned and optimized and worked on whatever, now I can put them anywhere and I'm not having any reactions.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan.
And I remember when I first started using them, they would make me itch. I didn't have a rash, but they would make me itch. So, now that I think about it, I don't have any of that problem anymore because I wear them all the time. I got one on right now. But
that's what made me think of you.
Yeah. I love the Cephi dots.
I do too.
I do too, but it makes me itch and my skin breaks down and stuff. And even when I use the round circle things on it, it even does it too. So I'll keep trying, but it doesn't do it everywhere.
Okay.
Oh, that was my question. So that means, to me, that means there's toxicity somewhere. And I think as time, I would pick different locations until that resolves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies.
Yes.
And I'm glad I can actually speak to you.
Yeah, good to hear your voice.
Yeah.
I think you got to test for polarity.
Yeah, you got to do that too. And you need to be hydrated as well. So that could be that issue as well. All right. Any other testimonials or things you want to share?
On the test for polarity, is that using the spoon like metal? Is that what y'all do?
You will stand with your hand over the top of your head like this. And if you're standing with your legs just kind of relaxed, you'll just want to center yourself. And then if you move forward, that usually means you're okay. But if you move back, that's a reverse. And then when you flip your hand over, And if you move back, that's okay. But if you move forward, that's reversed. So rubbing a spoon on the bottom of your feet in a figure 8, it's got to be a stainless steel spoon. That will actually correct polarity. And then you just recheck again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There's different ways to check polarity, but that's just that's a real common, easy way to do it.
Well, I had somebody tell me to do this.
Yeah.
And then cross my feet.
Yep.
Cross my legs. Can you all see what I'm doing?
Yep.
That's, to me, that's easier than the spoon thing.
Yeah.
Does that work? I mean, I think it works, but
if it works for you, use it. Or if you can't get any movement at all, just rubbing the spoon on the bottom of both your feet in a figure 8 a couple times will go ahead and correct it, but you won't know if you were out or not. So
okay.
I just want to ask Ionia or Joni Humphrey, do either of you have anything, just because I know you've had a lot of great activity recently, and I didn't know if you had anything specifically to share about that, how that's happened. Maybe you can't hear me?
Maybe not.
I'm just curious.
All right. Anybody else like to share anything at all?
Hi, it's Jacqueline.
Go ahead.
Hi. Okay, yes, I had a pastor and wife that have been in the selfie group, and he was stating that he wasn't sure they would be renewing. And then their physical came up with their primary physician. And the primary physician told them, I don't know what you all did, but whatever it is, you need to keep doing it, because your testing is better than it has been in the last 6 months. He called me from the doctor's office and told me don't close out the group until he got to the bank and got home.
That's awesome.
So
that
he's
is
now
awesome.
he's into his 3rd month for he and his wife.
Sweet. Those are great. Love that, especially when people recognize it too.
It's a great time to share with your doctor what they need.
Yeah. Absolutely.
My doctor did, because I only have supplements in my profile, in my record, and I told him, do whatever you want to do. I'm good for it. I'm here for however long you need me. Whatever test you want to take, senior citizens test, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So I let him take all the blood he wanted to take. Whatever he asked me to do, I did it. And he actually, instead of, how they can just say they'll only call you if you need to come back in or whatever, his practitioner just called and said, Jack will look out for your mail. He actually sent me my written report.
Oh, wow.
And all was well.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Well, he sent me what the lab sent him. he actually sent me what the lab sent him.
Sweet. Great shares. Great shares.
Yeah. See if we can get this in everybody's hands. The world would be so different.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anybody else like to share anything? We're looking for your stories.
I got one more.
Go for it.
So I've been having off and on problems with bulging discs, and I guess I just flared it up again after doing a fast and eating and not taking my enzymes. But when you're in pain, it's kind of hard to think about what to do sometimes. But I got to the Cephi and I got to the homeopathics, and I remember seeing the bulging discs, right? and I've been telling myself the frequency about 2 or 3 times. The swelling has come down. It's just more irritated when I'm sitting on it. So see me, I'm here standing here. I'm having fun with it now. But
That's what that's
yeah,
all
like
about.
definitely Steffi's all the way.
Ah,
Fantastic.
very nice. All right.
We still got about 10 minutes, guys.
Yeah, got a few more minutes. Anything anybody'd like to share?
I just found a place to post that letter,
Yay!
and I posted it on Team Agape under her posting about the Wednesday testimonial call. So I
Sweet.
put it there, and it's called Dark Field Live Blood Analysis on Vaccinated and Vaccinated, so you can know what to look for.
Sweet. Thank you, Noni.
You're welcome.
Tammy, when I find that, I'll share it in Team Residence so everybody has it.
You're awesome. Thank you, David.
Yep.
I've seen some of those videos, and they're kind of horrifying. I'm in a medical group, and we share all kinds of things that you won't see on regular regular news flashes, and it's like, wow, what they're doing with this stuff.
Yeah, I was at a live blood microscope class, and I had a lady in front of me that was an RN for, I don't know, 35 years or whatever. She's been doing live blood for years, and she has never ever seen the kind of stuff they're seeing now, and it is just freaking them out. That's unbelievable.
Yep. I know I do capillaroscopy, and where we look at the nail beds under a microscope, and it will show you how the capillaries are bursting at the ends, and you're basically bleeding to death. And it's so sad. There's so many, and then you'll see these veins follow up, and they're just full of just dead blood. So it's pretty scary what it's doing.
Is that the COVID? Because of the COVID?
Yep. That and the vaccination, yeah.
Well, yeah, the
shedding.
vaccination.
Yeah, the shedding.
Oh, that's why all these young people are dying, like the country western guy. And they have turbo cancers and
Yep. You got it.
turbo cancers, and they're having heart attacks and young athletes. And I follow a guy that keeps track of all that, and it's just scary.
It is. It is. And we're going to see, just an increase in that. And then, of course, we're even seeing it within the animals. The animals are also projecting some of what the humans are going through as well. So,
Really?
oh yeah.
Because of the vaccine. That's terrible.
Yep. These animals are getting turbo tumors and cancers all over their bodies because of these humans that have gotten the vaccine. There's lots of reports. Lots of reports.
And it's also what's in the air. That's why it's affecting everything.
Yep, absolutely.
And long term, what they're saying is that there will be bleeding from every orifice of the body.
Yep.
And that's as they continue with these.
Yep. It's methylene blue and pulse, guys, and your red light.
Yep.
Your scanner. But those are definitely, and then the foot detox. Oh my gosh, that foot detox is going to be amazing to keep your blood flow going and move those toxins. And your infinite, everything we have, you guys, is geared to help protect you against all of this. So
you've got a whole clinic in your own house if you have our technologies.
Is the foot detox thing, is that still on back order?
Their shipment should be coming in next week or the next, within the next 2 weeks. Yeah.
I still haven't got my I forgot what it's called.
The Infinity Wand.
I haven't got that yet.
Yeah.
Those are on the same shipment. The mats are out until March.
Okay.
Yep. So they should be in the next 2 weeks.
Wonderful.
What are some suggestions besides Clear and Shield and the detox. And I know there's the C, in the homeo energetics. What else would y'all do daily besides the red light therapy, the Infinity Wand, the mat, the detox?
Immune boost.
Salt salts.
Yep.
My thing's off.
Yeah, I would just filter back and forth and do all the things, run things at night on yourself. I know we do. Just make sure your scanner's always going and make sure you're using all the products. It really is a game changer because Lauren just thinks of everything all together, and we have such a beautiful CEO. So our
On a
family.
lot of on a lot of the supplements that you guys have, are they all in capsule form?
Yes, except for the X and the gold, and then the blue, the pulse, and the D3 and K2 are all liquids.
Okay, I take all of those. The reason I ask is my stomach does not produce enough acid to disintegrate the capsules.
But you can break them open and put them in liquid or mix them up in yogurt or applesauce.
Yeah. I have the same problem, Tammy. I had stomach stapling when I was 16 years old. So that's the reason why I use a lot of liquids and powders. And if anything comes in a capsule, I just dump it out.
Okay.
And ours have no fillers. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've been wanting to try them, but it's like, I don't want to have to take them and them not work and be disappointed. So thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what we do with the kiddos that don't swallow capsules.
Yep. Okay, we got 3 more minutes. Anybody else have anything? Great call, guys.
Lots of valuable information.
Very much.
Can you say what would be the value of the Infinity Wand? If you already have the band, because I was telling you guys before that I open up the band and use it all over my body. So given that, I think, isn't it the same frequency or one of the 660? No,
the Infinity Wand is giving you red and blue, plus the chakra stones, plus ionic gold, plus ionic silver, plus terahertz. So it is a multifaceted device that I don't know how anybody would live without it.
Oh, wait a second. I'm mixing up the wand.
The inner illuminator?
Yes. I know, because I've got the Price wand, and so as long as mine's still working, I can't quite afford to get the other one. But okay, yes, the illuminator. So is there any reason to get that now that there's the band?
I have both, and I wouldn't do without both, but if you can't afford one or the other, I would at least have one of them. But yeah, you could use that band all over the body, but that inner illuminator has a little bit stronger, in my opinion, a little bit stronger reach and more depth than the band.
Okay.
And they were kind of created for different uses. The illuminator originally was created for women to actually be able to look in the breast tissue for anything concerning. You can actually look under the skin with it, and it's excellent for skin applications for your face.
Yes.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you so much.
And you can also use it on your eyes.
Yes.
Oh. Even if you've got cataracts, surgery.
That's especially why you should be using it.
Especially.
Well, if you've already had cataract surgery, so you've got a new, fake lens in there.
Oh, and see, and I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I probably would.
it's probably not going to affect that fake lens.
Yeah.
No.
I would use the AO scan frequency after that testimonial with the dog.
Yeah. All right, guys, we are 1 minute away from the call, so we're going to cut the call short, but thank you, each and every one of you, for being here tonight. Please come back next week, because every week that we do this, we just learn something new, just like we learned tonight. We learned a bunch of things. Dr. Sheila, would you like to close with anything?
Just, I'm excited for Solex call. Thank you guys for being here. Please come back next week. We love you.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.